Welcome to People. I'm Shirley Lin. Today my guest is Gabriele Seewald of Rejuvenate. She's the founder of Rejuvenate, and she's been in Taiwan for more than 4 years. She's here with her husband and 3 children. Well, originally she's from Austria, I believe. So let's have a chat with Gabriele. Hi, Gabriele.
Hello, Shirley. Hello.
And thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For having me.
Right. So you're originally from Austria.
That's right.
But since several years ago, you've been around Asia, right? Am I right?
Yeah,
and,
actually,
Mm-hmm.
I actually moved to Asia around 12 years ago.
Okay.
As a student. I went to
Oh.
Beijing first.
Because you wanted to study Chinese?
I wanted to learn Chinese, that's right.
And why?
Originally, I have been introduced to China by my parents,
Okay.
who had their own business, and especially my father. He has been traveling to Asia, including China, for many, many years.
Oh, he's a businessman.
That's right.
I see.
Yeah, international trading.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I feel very lucky because I think my parents did one really fantastic thing. They regularly took us on business trips. Which
When you said us, you have brothers and sisters?
That's right, yeah. I have a younger sister and a younger brother as well.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so the 3 of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And of course that was a great experience.
Yeah.
I really wish and hope I can do that with my own children as well, because I think it's something you cannot learn in any school or in any classroom.
I know, being exposed to different countries and different cultures and different people and food.
That's right.
Yeah, it
That's
really
right.
enriches people's lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I would say, how I kind of fell in love with Chinese culture and Chinese-speaking Asia. Also, of course, as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, how old were you when you started traveling abroad? I mean,
with
your
parents.
Yeah.
I was 12, actually.
Really?
I was 12. Yeah.
Well, oh, great. So that's good. Being exposed, at that young age to the world.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but your dad was mostly traveling to Asia, here to Asia.
That's
for
right.
his
A lot.
business.
He started at a very, very early for Europe, I would say. He started to travel to Asia a lot. It was actually 35 years ago when he started.
His own business?
No, it was my grandparents' business as already.
Yeah.
But he started to travel to Asia around 35 years ago. And he took me and my sister the first time to Asia on a business trip when I was 16. And we went to Hong Kong, we went to China, and I declared to my dad back then that I want to learn Chinese.
Oh. Do your parents speak Chinese?
No, they don't. Just very little.
Yeah.
Like ni hao and 再见 and 谢谢, those kind of things.
Oh, okay.
But of course, they could relate to it, right?
Yeah.
They were very supportive that I wanted to learn Chinese.
Why?
Because they themselves were exposed to it.
Right.
They saw the opportunities arising.
But I meant, like, why?
Why did I want to learn Chinese? I don't know. It was really something, when I went on that business trip with my dad, as I said, it was coming from my heart, I would say. I really fell in love with the culture here.
Oh, wow.
And I said, okay, I wanna just be able to communicate. I want to be able to at least speak to the people here.
Okay.
And be able to, listen to them, know a bit more about their lifestyle, their backgrounds, and well, that's basically what I did. But I waited because back then, honestly speaking, in Austria, it was actually not that easy to learn Chinese.
Yeah.
When I was 16, I remember the only place pretty much you could go to learn Chinese was the university in Vienna.
Okay.
So I said, okay, fine. I'll, finish high school first. And after actually graduating from university in Austria, I decided to go to Beijing to learn Chinese there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you moved there by yourself?
I moved there by myself.
And how long were you in Beijing?
I was in Beijing for a little over a year. Then I moved back to Austria for just a short while because I got the chance to actually work for a tour operator. who had just established a department for incoming tourists from China to Austria and Europe.
Oh, so you became a tour guide?
Not a tour guide, no. I worked in marketing, marketing and sales. Like that's more my background, also from university. It's mainly marketing, sales, business development.
So wait a minute, you only spent 1 year in Beijing.
That's right.
And you mastered your Chinese. Just that 1 year?
Well, mastered, I don't know. I can communicate.
But then when you went back to Austria and started working
yes.
In the field of using Chinese, you were able to communicate with
absolutely,
Chinese?
Absolutely.
You've got a talent for languages, probably.
Probably a bit of a talent, but I would say it's really my passion. I guess that really also, you know,
that helps.
Was driving me, and that really helped.
Yeah.
At least, you know, spoken communication.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you went back to Austria and you worked for how long before you... The next stop was Beijing. Oh, no, not Beijing, Hong Kong.
The next stop was actually Hong Kong because I met my husband on a business trip.
Wait a minute. So you went to Hong Kong on a business trip.
That's right.
And that's how you met your husband?
Exactly.
Okay, well, tell us more. What was he doing?
My husband has also, I would say, quite a long relationship with China already.
Okay.
He went there when he was 17. My husband was born and brought up in Canada.
Oh.
But his parents are originally from Austria as well.
And I was just going to say, the Seewald, that last name.
Yes, that's right.
It's Austrian.
It's Austrian.
Okay.
It's a very Austrian name, yeah.
Okay.
But he was born and brought up in Vancouver. And his dad was in the construction business. So they had some relationship with, you know, Vancouver, a lot of Chinese, Asians there.
Yeah.
And he as well actually wanted to learn Chinese. But he started with Cantonese.
Ah.
And so he went, when he was 17 already, he went actually to work in a toy factory close to Guangzhou, close to Dongguan, just as a summer job, basically.
Okay.
And he started to learn Cantonese there. So he has also a quite long relationship with China, Chinese-speaking Asia, the culture. Yeah. He spent some time also before in Taiwan. And then he actually, after graduating from law school in Canada, he moved to Hong Kong to practice as a lawyer there. That is what he was doing when we met.
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
You know, I was just thinking, I should have asked you and your husband to come in and do the interview together.
That's right. Maybe next time.
Next time. Wow, okay. But how did your business trip cross with his work in Hong Kong?
Well, actually, I would say the connection was our Austrian heritage.
Oh.
Me being from Austria and his parents originally from Austria, he was always involved with the Austrian community in Hong Kong.
I see.
And he actually, together with a very good Austrian-Canadian friend as well, they established the Austrian Chamber of Commerce in Hong Kong. And I happened to be there, like my business trip happened to coincide with the inaugural dinner of the Austrian Chamber of Commerce in Hong Kong.
Okay.
And that's where we met.
Was it love at first sight? It sounded like love at first sight.
In a way, yes. In a way, yes. Yeah.
So, but the thing is, you were on a business trip, so then you actually went back to Austria?
That's right. It was just a business trip. I went back.
Yep. But you kept in touch?
Well, obviously, he was very convincing.
Yeah.
He really convinced me to move to Hong Kong.
Just like that?
Well, I always say just like that. Yes and no. You know, I would say I am a person, I very much follow my heart.
Okay.
I trust my heart and myself and my feelings in a way. And yes, in some ways, you know, sometimes looking back, or some of my friends would tell me, oh, you know, this is maybe a bit crazy, or it takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
But in the end, I realized whenever I followed my heart, whatever, whether it was with my relationship, moving to Hong Kong, you know, things just kept falling into its place. It was like something even better, you know, showed up in the end, and something most of the time totally unexpected. And that's also what actually happened when I decided to move to Hong Kong. I said, okay, you know, I met this fantastic man, and at least, you know, I have a relationship. I like Asia. I like Chinese-speaking Asia. So that step for me, I would say, wasn't that difficult. But it was important for me as well, you know, to still, you know, be independent, because we didn't really know each other for a long time. I said, okay, you know, why not? Let's have a look. Let's give it a try. But I definitely, you know, want to find a job there. I want to be able to be independent as well. And after I had made this decision, well, opportunities just showed up, basically. And I got the chance to work for an Austrian jewelry brand.
Okay.
They were just at that time looking actually for a business development manager for all of Asia. At that time, they didn't have anything in Asia except for Japan. And they were looking into finding someone who can help them to, you know, set up their company, set up the office in Hong Kong, set up the store as well, and out of Hong Kong, you know, develop the region. And, you know, I got invited, I got lucky, I'm really very grateful, but I do also very much believe in taking opportunities. So I showed up for the interview. I said, you know what, I honestly speaking have no experience in that specific kind of industry, like work experience. I mean, it helped a little bit, I think, that my parents' business actually was in jewelry for many years. But specifically, you know, high-end luxury jewelry retail, I had no specific experience. But I said I would like to do it, you know. And everything just happened, you know.
And you got the job?
I got the job. I moved to Hong Kong in, when was it, July 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was afterwards that you got married, that you moved to Hong Kong and then got married. So
I moved to Hong Kong.
From the time you first met your husband to getting married was a
about
span
2 years.
of... Oh, okay,
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Okay. And I believe you had your first child, well, actually it was a pair of twins in Hong Kong.
That's right.
How much longer after you guys got married?
About 2 years as
2
well.
years,
One and a half, 2 years, 2007.
Yeah.
We got married in Guangzhou, actually.
Oh, interesting. So do you speak any Cantonese?
少少啊, just a little bit.
我都唔記得晒啦。
哦哇，不錯啊。
Oh, wow. So this is so interesting. Like, everything just kind of worked into place, huh?
That's right.
You've been very lucky.
That's right.
So to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you think Hong Kong compares to Taiwan?
Well, for me, and I would say probably also for my husband, we love Hong Kong, we love Taiwan as well, for different reasons. And I would say also different phases in our life. Right now, with the children, like our twins are 6.5 now, and our daughter is 3.5.
Right, afterwards you had another daughter.
That's right. She was, by the way, born here in Taiwan.
Right.
And so right now, for this phase in our life, with the children being quite young, we think Taiwan really offers probably the best quality of life in Asia.
Really?
People are very friendly.
Yeah.
And I would say a little bit more relaxed than Hong Kong. You have, in a way, more space.
Yeah.
It's
more, for sure.
The nature is fantastic here. I mean, we love, as a family, we love hiking, for example. You know, Yangmingshan.
Yeah.
It is still, I would say, relatively affordable, you know, to live in a nice house with garden, because we always wanted our children to grow up in a more natural environment. In a way, like my husband and I, we grew up, you know, just being able to run outside the house, right?
Yeah.
Or ride the bike on the street where we grew up. And this is what this opportunity we can give our children here in Taiwan.
So what brought you from Hong Kong to Taiwan then?
Originally, my husband's job.
Yeah.
By the way, my husband's name is Leo.
Right.
And he was offered the opportunity for his previous company, actually, to move to Taiwan for a few years.
Wow, that just moved into place as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
And well, we said, why not? Let's take a look. Honestly speaking, we both had been to Taiwan before, but just more on business trips, short term.
Right.
And at that time, I have to say, we also really, especially I really didn't know that much about Taiwan. But we said, let's come over. And originally, we were actually just planning to stay 2-3 years and then move back to Hong Kong.
Oh, really?
However, after we moved here, first our daughter was born,
right,
which we're very happy about. And then...
So the twins are boys?
The twins are boys,
okay.
Yeah, they're both boys, yeah. And then we realized we really enjoy the lifestyle here. We enjoy the quality of life, the nature. And then the opportunity for me came along to start my own business here.
Right.
So we realized, we said, okay, you know, we actually like to stay longer. We like to stay for a while. And so we, last year, 2013, we actually made the decision that we want to stay in Taiwan. I would say for at least, if possible, another 3-4 years.
Okay.
Because our boys, our twins, Leo and Philip, they started elementary school.
Okay.
2013. We think as well the education is very good here because we want our children to learn Chinese.
Yes, by the way, Leo and Gabriele put their children in local schools here in Taiwan.
That's right, yes.
This is amazing. How did you decide to do that? What's the, I guess it has to do with what common decision or, you know, what you want for your children that you decide to put them in local schools.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Well,
is that?
I would say the key decision factor for us was the Chinese.
Okay.
Because we said they will be growing up in Chinese-speaking